What's up everybody, my name is Brenden and this is BigBearB Creative. In this Friday's video, basically we took a photo that I had taken on the beach, as these are all beach photos that we've been doing for the past couple weeks, and basically I had to really boost the settings in my camera to take the photo, which I knew was going to add a lot of pixelation and stuff like that to it. But I wanted to show you guys how you could save that kind of photo if you're having the same kind of problem. So if you're having that problem, go ahead and check out Friday's video. But today we're going to be we're going to be editing a different photo that we took on the beach, very similar to the first one of this kind of series that we were doing. So this one we're going to be editing, it was also under the pier, but it was a completely different time of day. And the first one that we edited, it was right, I don't want to say right after sunset, but a little bit after sunset, so we didn't have any of the light coming off. Actually, the light was from behind us, but like there wasn't any sun or anything showing, but it also wasn't dark enough to have stars. But basically what we were going for was to capture the color of the pier and the water itself. This one is a little bit different. I was trying to get a nice beautiful sunrise photo with the sun peeking right over the beach, or not the beach but the ocean, but the clouds came, so I couldn't capture any of that, but it did allow me to take a more blue hour photograph. So I want to show you guys how you can edit, or how I edited it, and maybe you could take a little bit from that. But basically I just wanted to really make this a blue hour photograph, since it wasn't technically one, it was a little bit after the morning blue hour. But yeah, so we're going to jump on over to my computer and get started editing this right now. Alright, so for this one, it's very similar to the last week's one that we did. It's of actually the same location, so the pier, but it's at two different times a day. The last one was taken basically a little bit after sunset. If you had watched that video, or you know that, or you might not know that, but there's a little tip. But if you didn't watch that video, I want to suggest you go watch it. But this one was actually taken at sunrise. I'd woken up really early, went out to try to get some sunrise over the ocean shots, so had it all in my head. It was going to be really nice, but it ended up not happening whatsoever, because if you've been on the coast, or any coast for a long time, or if you live on the coast, or I guess just really any large body of water, you never can guess the weather. You're going to have some random rainstorms that come in, fog, cloud. You never really know. So unfortunately I had a bunch of cloud. I didn't have fog. Fog would have been better because it would have created more atmosphere, but I just had a bunch of cloud. So instead of getting a really bright, colorful sunrise shot, which normally isn't my style, but I was really looking forward to trying something new, we have a cloud shot, which, if you could tell by the water, it is a mixture of a, well, you can't really mix them, but it's a not a slower, but a faster, what's the word I'm looking for? Long exposure. Sorry about that. It's a faster long exposure, so you still see the path of where the water is going, but it's a little bit slower to help you kind of see the water flipping over. I thought it'd be a little fun and interesting to do that, but the plan for this photo, since I've been making you stare at it for so long, is to turn it into a blue hour photograph. A lot of you might have heard of golden hour. Well, blue hour is similar, except just instead of gold, you have blue. It's quite obvious in the name. So that's the plan with this one. Again, I am using Luminar 3. I have a whole video over Luminar 3 and why I use it and all that kind of stuff if you want to check that out. So for this one, as always, I'm just going to start with contrast, because as you can tell, it actually doesn't show that. Custom workspace is BBBC. So that's just my custom workspace that I made for this. So then with all these, I always just start with contrast, just because I like to add just a little bit. And then we're just going to start messing with the highlights and shadows. I'm not going to lower the shadows too much. Highlights I'll lower a little bit more. And then I'm basically going to repeat that with the whites and blacks, but have it just be a little bit less so of each. And then just boost the clarity a little bit. So saturation and vibrance I am going to raise up a little bit, just to try to bring out a little bit more of that blue hourness that we're going through. And then accent AI filter, I am going to use a little bit because you're going to notice that it's going to bring out a little bit more of what was in the shadows without taking out too much of the shadows. And since, you know, I like my shadows, then that's kind of why I do that. And I'm not sure if we need any dehaze or not. Yeah, I'll stick with a little bit of dehaze. And then we're going to skip over the advanced contrast for right now. And I want to start messing with the hue that we have of the blue hour because it's looking a little bit green and I want it to be a little bit more blue. I want to see kind of what we get here. See, if we go more over to the right here, it's going to be an all blue photograph, but I think I want to still keep the aqua color of the water, but just bring out a little bit more of the blue everywhere else. But if I slide the blue over too much, it's going to be a little... Okay, so we're just going to keep the blue in the middle. A fun little thing with Luminar 3, if you just double click on the numbers over here, it sets it back to 0. And then I'll just go into the saturation here. Try to bring out that aqua color a lot more. And then bring in more of the blue. Now, if you can tell at the bottom of these pillars, there is like some algae or something growing on it. So I do want to bring that up just a little bit, just to add a little bit extra color. But I can't bring it up too much because I don't want to bring back too much of the green that we got rid of. And then at the top of the pier, or bottom of the pier, but at the top of the photo, you can see there is some different color variations in the runners, I guess it might be called. I'm not sure. I only spent a year and a half in architectural engineering. Fun fact, but I do want to bring out a little bit of those colors. So I'm just going to raise some saturation of the orange and yellow. See if I need a little bit of the red. Really doesn't seem like it's doing too much there, so I'll just leave that. Maybe if I mess with the hue a little bit more, you can just get a little bit of some different coloring there. See if the luminance really does anything. I don't really think it's doing a whole lot. So yeah, we'll just leave that. And then I just like to click on the little eye button over here just to see if it's really making a big of a difference in the coloring of the photograph. Which, yeah, it is. It's a subtle color difference from where I already had it, but if you go to the top eye button, then you could really tell there's a major difference in the color. I'm just going to add a little bit of structure because I do want to bring in a little bit more of the detail of the pier itself. What do I want? A vignette on there. Might add just a little bit and then see if I want a little bit of an inner light. Just a little bit. Yeah, just adds a nice little bit of some detail there. I want to see if I can bring out a little bit more detail here with the detail enhancer, which is bringing out more of that algae that we had, which I do like. Just making it more of a detailed photograph, so I kind of like that. And then you don't want to mess with a polarizer filter if you are trying to get a blue light photograph, because that's going to completely change the blue. As you can see when I go through this, it really, nah. I mean, you can maybe do it just a little bit, get rid of some of that glare, but I kind of like that because it's highlighting the top of the waves and all that. So I'll have it up just a little bit, but I don't want to have it up too much. One could also mess with the top light too. I want to just drag it down just a little bit. Maybe just have that up just a smidge. I feel like that kind of balances the photograph, gets your attention down to where the waves are, which is the whole purpose of it. Alright, so I'm just going to check again from the beginning. Is that, just kind of see if that's the blue that I want. You could also use the button right next to it, which is going to kind of cut it in half, or you could drag it as far over as you want. Either way, just kind of let you see the difference that you have in your edits, basically. But I like that. Me clicking on it to get rid of it. But yeah, so I think that's it. We have a blue hour photograph. Again, you know, probably would have been a little bit nicer to have that nice sunset coming up, but I haven't done a blue hour photograph yet, so this was a first for me. Let me know what you think of it, but we'll talk about all that after we jump back to just me standing back over there. But yeah, so this photo edit is done. Let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed how we edited this photo today and kind of the blue hour aspect that we went with it. Like I said, it wasn't exactly blue hour, but it was a nice way to take this photo of the same subject and make it completely different than the original one that we did of this pier. So like I said, let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section. If you like the blue hour, if you don't like the blue hour, if you like more of a golden hour kind of thing, we are going to have a golden hour photo. Not exactly golden hour, but I was able to take it and I want to show you how I took it as a golden hour with not being in golden hour. But yeah, so I would love to show you guys that one soon. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you subscribe so you can watch all these videos. On Fridays, I do more of how-to videos on how I take certain photos, or it might even be a DIY or tips or anything like that on videography or graphic design as well. And then make sure you hit that like button too if you really enjoy this kind of content, because one, it lets me know that you are enjoying it, that I should keep making more, and it also helps promote it to other people who are liking the same kind of content as well. So if you really like this photograph and you want it for yourself to either put it in your home, in your office, or anything like that, let me know and I can put it up on my Zazzle store and on my merch page as a photo print for you to purchase. Basically through Zazzle you could purchase, you know, like I said, my photos, they're gonna be printed and you can choose the type of paper, the size that you want it, if you want it framed. Frame is an extra cost, but we all don't need a frame. I'm perfectly fine putting things up. I just have a bunch of frames that I put my things in. So if you aren't wanting frames, you could also save yourself a lot there. But yeah, so if you are wanting this photo or any of my other photos as a photo print, like I say, you can check it out on my merch page at Zazzle. I'd also appreciate if you are looking for apparel, especially if you're looking for eco-conscious apparel, go ahead and check out my apparel that I sell. Basically, it's all the graphic designs that I've done on this channel, minus a few that were more logo based, but basically they're all nature, because that's just what I love and I want to share that with you guys. So if you're looking for some nature, eco-friendly kind of apparel, go ahead and check those out. They'll be on my merch page and on my Teespring store. So like I said, go check those out. And then also check out my social medias. If you go there, you'll basically get updated on when a video is posted, or if I post a blog or anything like that. You can also get sneak peeks on what photos we're going to be talking about, how I took them or how I edited them. Like I said, it's just a lot of fun. You could also tell me there what kind of stuff you guys are wanting as well, besides just in the comment section. So with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you have a great day. Be safe and go be creative.